Y'all know what it is. It's Rep Your Side. How you doing out there today? Today I'm gonna have a special guest on with me. He's coming on later in the show. He's actually my cousin, Marcell Young. He played in the CFL and he had a great stint in playing for the CFL, the Canadian Football League. He also had a stint in the NFL. So he's a guy that knows his sports, no doubt about it. So guys, we're gonna open the show. But guys, let's flip over. I got my cousin in here, Marcell Young. How you doing, Marcell?
What's going on, fellas? I'm doing good.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Just to introduce you to some of the guys, this is Gerard. Gerard, introduce yourself.
What's up, Marcell? My name's Gerard. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, bro?
Me and Austin been boys for the longest, so it's great to have you on the show. I got some questions to ask you, man.
For real, for real. And I got my boy.
Hey, Jerry G, a.k.a. Big Dog Player. I was listening to you the other day when you was in there giving
you
that
giving me the blues on Madden.
Yeah, you giving him that whooping on Madden. So I was listening to that.
He was giving me the blues.
You know, I got to teach him lessons. You know what I mean? Very, very bright guy. You know, I like the way that Austin going, and you know, in every aspect of his life. And you know what I mean? I'm proud of him. I never really tell him that, you know, but I am. And you know, even when we play the game, you know, it just brings that competitive spirit back out of me. You know what I mean? Even though I don't do things competitive no more, but playing the game, it gives me that urge, that rush, that feeling. But you know, I enjoy my time around, and I like the way that, you know, that he's moving, and you know, I'm just proud of him as a big cousin.
Yeah,
appreciate that, cuzzo, man. But hey, I'm proud. Hey, I just gotta start out by saying this. First off, I'm proud of what you did, man. You were a huge influence on my life. You one of the reasons I started sports. I may have been, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't the best. But hey, I got out there and tried to do something. But let's talk about.
I ain't never seen a young man that played football had the cleanest uniform in both quarters on a team.
Hey, look,
I'm just so sorry. I used to watch his game, and I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. You got the cleanest uniform on the sideline. What the heck is going on? Look, I told Austin like this. Go rub some dirt or something on your uniform, man.
Hey, look, though, I was better in track, though.
When I played football, I got in the game.
He got in the game. He was on special teams.
You know what?
He was on special teams.
But you know what?
Go ahead.
But you know what? They pay us DBs to look pretty, man. They pay us.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I had to. Hey, couldn't nobody tell me.
Look. I seen a game one time that he got in the game, right? He's supposed to try to make a tackle. The man went right past. I'm like, what the heck? You're supposed to try
Hey, no, I made the tackle. It was a shoestring tackle, though. I made the tackle.
They don't pay us for that.
Hey, I see. Because I used to watch his game, boy, and I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
Hey, look, though, I can say this though. I was better in track. I won a couple races. I got a couple medals in track. So I'm just, hey, look, football wasn't my sport, but I was better in track though. I'm just point that out.
Cool. That's cool.
I'm gonna point that out.
Hey, just put on the football uniform, get you the ladies player. That's all it matters.
Hey, I ain't gonna count
right there, player.
You know they like a man in uniform.
That's all it matters.
Hey, you know they like a man in uniform for sure.
That's right, player. There you go.
Hey, let me talk. I'm gonna flip it over to you, cuz man. Tell the people how, you know, what you do, man, what you famous for, and kind of just let the people know about you, man.
Famous, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. But you know, I did happen to, you know, be fortunate enough to play 9 years in the Canadian Football League. You know, it was amazing. It was an amazing journey. It was way more than what I expected. You know, I didn't know what to expect, but it was more than what I expected. If I can, you know, if you can feel what I'm saying. But you know, just, you know, built different relationship with a lot of great guys I'll never forget. You know, been a battle with, and you know, those are, you know, like how they say college the best time of your life, but you know, and it was, but man, you know, me being in a locker room and building relationships and bonding with those guys and learning their families and all that, those are relationships that I have, you know, a lifetime. And, you know, we have fun memories and times that we spent, and you know, even in the moment of battle and arguing and all that, but we, you know, the common goal was to win. Like, you know, you're away from your family for 6 months at a time, so that's really your family. and sometimes that's what family do, argue. But you still have one common goal, and that's just to come out victorious every game. It might not always happen like that, but the thing that I'm a process guy. Like I'm not so big on the result as of right now, and that's just how I look at life and everything. And
you sounded like Embiid. The process.
But that's how I am, man.
Trust the process for sure.
I'm just not big on even watching football. When I hopped on, I was listening to y'all talk about the Dolphins, and y'all gave some very good insight on the team and everything. And like I said, I'm about the process, and I like the direction that they're headed, with B-Flow and, what he's doing with the defense and, the personnel that he has gotten over the last year or so in free agency and getting after the quarterback. Like you said, they're a pressure scheme team. And, if you can affect the quarterback, you give yourself a chance. And like you said, they keeping the ball away from the opposing team. They're a very balanced team. They're not asking to do a lot, but what he is doing, he's being very accurate and making some decent decisions with the football. And like how you said, it just comes down to, can his health, hold up? And I think it will. And but that's just how it is. Like in all, that's just how I view life. That you got to go through hard times and embrace those times. And, it's only going to make you stronger. You never ask to lighten the load. You just ask for wider shoulders, broader shoulders to carry more. So, so that's just how I view life.
Cool. Hey, you answered a lot of questions I had coming your way just off that. but hey, let's get into more of your early life. You coming from a country kid, coming from Utica, Edwards, Mississippi. Let's talk about that. Coming from, the countryside of Mississippi, man. Let's talk about your early life. What got you in the sports?
My dad, he's from Vicksburg, so my mom, my dad, they had moved to Vicksburg, so I don't know if you want to say that's the city, but I guess it's the city for from where I grew up
from the SIP, yeah.
So I was in Vicksburg, and I got into. I lived in a neighborhood, and so, kids would be outside playing basketball and football all on the street and all that. So I got into playing sports, and then I got into more organized sports in third grade. I remember that until last year, man. Last year was my first year being retired and, not playing, football. But from third grade all the way to last year, so I want to say for about 29 years, I was playing sports on a consistent basis, year-round, every year. So last year was the first time I was able to take a step back, and just look at my career and life over, just over a period of time. But growing up, I got into playing football, soccer, basketball, baseball, and I actually love baseball. But when my parents separated or whatever, my mom moved back to her hometown in Utica, and I went back, and they didn't really have baseball like that.
Yeah.
So, I just clung towards more football and more track. And I've always been pretty fast. I was always faster than, just my classmates or whatever. And even when I got older, it just carried on. And but growing up, I can say like freshman year in high school, I was too small. I was maybe about 5'8", 130 pounds. And, going into high school, those some big guys. I could move, but I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't developed.
But you were looking like Slender Man, huh?
Never really been big, but I had to get stronger. How about that?
Yeah.
Like this,
so, like in football, a lot of kids these days, they so worried about, being big, but as an athlete is built on movement, flexibility, strength. Yeah. It's not always about. And so, that's what my high school coach used to pour into me, and he used to tell me that when I was probably a senior in high school, he said, with the with your speed and you get more flexible, he said you could play on Sundays. And you just thinking a coach telling you that to motivate you. But if you might not believe it, but if you see a lot of professional athletes, they have small, skinny legs. Like they're big up top. They do work out. They do. They are bigger guys. But like let's just say a guy goes to the combine. He's probably 10 to 15 pounds heavier than what he probably played at. at that time, or he's training at a different weight to improve the scouts. But once he get back into his seasonal routine, those pounds are gonna come off, man. Like I said, being an athlete is, being flexible, fluid, movement skills. You know what I mean?
You forget about the mental side too. The mental. It's about that mental side.
I mean, it's all mental, man. Like every year I would come back from Canada, man. I would be like totally burnt out on like football. Like, it would be time for the season to be over with because it's a constant grind. And like I said, you have to every day. You have to enjoy the grind, enjoy the process, and just enjoy the ups and downs. Like, cause like they always say, everything is right between your ears, man. Like I used to talk to myself before every play. You know what I mean? Just go back over the call. You know what I mean? Even say a prayer before every series I got there and just tell the good man upstairs to just bless me and, be with both teams or whatever, just let your light shine on me and my teammates. And that's the thing, like I said, everything is between your ears and me carrying over from like football into being working in the last year and a half. I always tell myself that everything is in between your ears, that you can overcome anything. I have a 12-year-old daughter. I try to tell her, and I think it's cliche that, people say that you could be anything that you want to be, but really and truly, like you can really be, you can really be, whatever you want to be.
Speaking into existence.
That's what it is, like the power of the tongue. I was talking to one of my good friends the other day, and back in the day, I told him, I said, I wanted to, I was driving my little college car. And I was like, man, I'm tired of this car. And about 15, 20 minutes later, I was in a wreck and totaled it out.
Wow.
And, he pulled up to the accident, to the scene, and he was like, well, bro, you just said you was tired of the car, man. I was like, yeah, I did. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like how you said, you can speak it into existence, man. So you want to speak positive over your life. And it's not to say that you're going to face some adversity, but again, it's just, you got to be able to look at it as, it's a process. It's a grind. Like anything that I'm pretty sure that you guys, even if it's some tennis shoes or whatever, like, you paid a price for it, and you got to pay a price for everything, man. So, that's just how I try to look at it.
Hey, the way you talking, man, I might have to speak in this to it. Just them new J's coming out real fast. Hold on.
Man. Whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm from the city. When you said tennis shoes, I'm thinking about you playing tennis. So I'm sorry. I'm from the city, man. So we talk about gym shoes, player. That's all I can.
No, that's what y'all call it, gym shoes.
Yeah, we call it gym shoes. So when you say tennis shoes, I'm like, he playing tennis too? Oh, okay. And you know what, though? I got a question, and I'm trying to word this right because I don't want to word this wrong. You say you've been in the Canadian League 8 years?
9, right?
9 years. Have the NFL ever came in your mind?
It did, man. It did. Man, I tell people this all the time. You might not believe me, but like after the 2014 season, I was going to be a Canadian League free agent. I could have signed with any team in the CFL, and I had like NFL teams wanting to work me out. And so, after the 2014 season, we lost in the conference finals. One game away from like the Super Bowl up there or whatever.
Yeah, it's called the Grey Cup, right?
Grey Cup. Yeah. So we lost in the conference finals. And I ended up breaking my hand, but my agent, he was calling me. He was like, "Man, when you come home this off season, you're not gonna be able to rest like that. I got you about 6 or 7 workouts, with different NFL teams. He like nothing's guaranteed or nothing like that. But I got 6 or 7 teams that want to, work you out, bring you in for a workout. So they were like, we really value you. We want you here. So it just kind of like weighed heavily on me. And so, man, I end up calling my mom. I'm talking to her about it. And, basically she just kind of just told me, she said, Marcell, like, Austin, your aunt.
Yeah,
man, she
definitely.
Like, she very, how I want to put it, like.
I'm going to let you find a word for it.
I don't really know how to do it, but like, coming from a parent, man, it's probably a little bit more, but I understood, like, somebody else from the outside, they'll probably look at it and be like, what? Mom really said that? But like, she was just like, Marcell, she was like, I think you can have a good life, a good career up there in Canada. She was like, I don't really want you back over here in the States playing and, people thinking you people thinking you got this and that and what you not doing for, you know, the inner city or doing for your people or trying to help them out, people going to have their hands out. She was like, I think that you know that you could, you know, have a good life and a good career up there in Canada. And, you know, I was like, and so it kind of weighed heavily on me for about a week or so. And so I ended up, I called, like, me and my agent, we kind of like clash heads, and you know, we ended up parting ways after that. But I ended up, you know, just not taking the deal, not taking the workouts, you know, just you know, trying to live out my dream. That was my dream to, you know, play in the NFL. But I'd end up going back to Canada and you know, taking, you know, top level money up there and just, you know, end up playing my career out up there. So I can't say it was all bad, but like looking back on it, you know, if it's one thing I can tell people is like, you know, chase your dreams, you know, like if I would have played only 2 seasons in the NFL, man, I probably, you know, would have made way more, you know, more money than I probably made, playing in Canada my whole career. But, you know, and, you know, like I said, you know, those are good times that I had in Canada, but I definitely passed up on, you know, opportunity, you know, where I had, you know, 7, 8 teams that want to see me come in for a workout and see what I move like. But I didn't take it. I ended up signing back in Canada and, you know, signing like a 3 or 4 year deal in Canada and playing that out, man.
I just want to just kind of intersect, you know, because I feel like you still had a good career in Canada. I'm just going to point out through your 9 years, I did my research, cuzzo. Through your 9 years in the CFL, you had a total of games played 102. You had a total of defensive tackles of 271, sacks of 3, 6 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble through your whole 9 careers. I feel like that's still a decorated career in this instance because you were still productive and you still were the guy. You know, you were a veteran in the league and you produced in the way that you did.
Well, you know, looking back on it, you know, like they just had like a little CFL all-decade team, and I wasn't on there. And a couple of my teammates called me and they said, what are they judging by? You know, he was like, man, you know, you like you said, if pretty much if I was healthy, I was a starter.
Yeah, you missed a couple of seasons.
Yeah, I was a constant in the lineup, and you know, and I think for the most part, I tried to do my job as best as I could, whatever assignment I had, and I think I excelled at it. Like I think, in all, I think I signed like 4 deals up there. I re-upped my deal 4 times, and so, you know, you got to be doing something, okay? You know what I mean? If a team study wants to give you money and study wants you to come play for them. But, you know, the thing I told those guys, man, I said, you know, looking back on my career, all I really cared about was earning the respect of the guys that I was in the locker room with. You know, all of these different Ring of Honors or all of these decade teams or whatever, I never really cared for nothing like that. All I cared about was, you know, earning respect and the trust of the guys that I go to battle with every day, and, you know, and making my family happy. And I think I did that, and so I feel good about my career, man.
I think that's the motto for life, you know. I think that's the motto for life.
Hey, I'm going to say it like this, though. Hey, that's a great story, player. Great story. But get your money. If the NFL would have had the money, hey, let me tell you something like that. If the NFL would have presented you with what they wanted to pay you, get your money. I love your mom, but I got to make this money. That's what I would have been. Back on it, man. So you know what? You had a good career in 8 years. Think about it if you would have did that, like you just said, 2 or 3 years in the NFL.
You guaranteed max contract.
You still would have had a great career in the NFL and got your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You know, I don't
like
think you would.
Like I said, if I could tell anybody, that's the thing I would tell them. You know, never
go for it, regardless.
Go for the gusto every time. Like, go for the gusto every time, man. You know,
because you know what? Just what you just said. Look, if I sign this contract and I get injured, I still got my money. You know what I'm saying? Same thing I was saying about with Dak. I love Dak to death, but he should have took that money because he'd have been a happy, signed already, $100-some million rich man.
And the sad thing about it, one thing I want to ask you guys: do you think Jerry's going to give him the money this offseason?
He got. Hey, look. Hey,
he gonna pay him.
Marcell, now
I think he is. I think he's gonna pay him.
Marcell, I'm a big Cowboys fan, so you know if he don't give Dak his money, I might be a Chicago Bear, Green Bay Packers fan, because I'm done with the Cowboys if he don't get his money. Hey, he better pay him his money. He better pay him. Hey, if this shit ain't so nothing that he need to pay Dak his money, he crazy. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I think the only reason Jerry Jones didn't pay him because I feel like, in my opinion, I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but I feel like Dak is more, you know what I'm saying, valuable to the Cowboys than Zeke. I think Dak is more valuable to the Cowboys than Zeke, and for him to pay Zeke first really showed me that he don't mind if Zach move on somewhere else in free agency. So that what that showed me.
Hey, wherever Dak go, I go.
I wouldn't have never paid Zeke.
Wherever Dak go, I go.
I wouldn't have paid him another dime.
What would you do though, Sil? What would you do in that sense? Would you pay the man?
If I'm Jerry, if I'm Jerry, I pay him. But I'm asking, do y'all think is Jerry gonna pay him? You know, if I'm Jerry, I pay him.
Look, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. If Jerry don't do it,
he better.
Somebody else will.
Yeah,
you watch.
I understand that. Yeah, that's part of it.
He gonna get exactly what he wants.
Wherever Dak go, I go.
His money. Y'all watch.
Wherever Dak go, I go. That's all I'm saying.
You don't think Jerry looking at Fields and Trevor?
Trevor and them, it's still an if with them. We know that Dak can ball in the league. We got to see what Trevor do. We understand the hype and what he can do now. But let's see what he do in the league. Everybody hyping him up. We got to see what he do in the league.
Okay, so you say you're a Cowboys guy.
Cowboys got to win team now.
What do you know about Jerry if you're a Cowboys guy?
With Jerry, it's his loyalty. If anything, he kept Jason Garrett for like 10 years. That man was trash. And he about to hold Mike McCarthy for like 3 years. If Jerry's a guy that's gonna pay his guys and he gonna pay him a lot of money. That's the only thing, and it's kind of crazy that he hadn't paid Dak yet.
Hold on,
because Jerry's a guy that's gonna pay somebody his money, regardless, because he's loyal to his people.
Let's be fair about this. Jerry did pay Dak what he wanted. Only different is Jerry wanted 5 years, Dak only wanted 4. But he still paid him the amount of money that he wanted. So Jerry would pay him. That's what I was saying. I think me personally, I would have took that deal. You know what I'm saying? Sad to say he got hurt, but he had been a rich, hurt man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He'd have got his money. You see what I'm saying? That's my only thing right there. But that's what I'm saying. With Jerry, he did pay him. He paid him what he wanted, but he wanted an extra year. And Dak only wanted 4 years. That's the only thing I can say about that part of it. And I still believe Jerry is going to pay him because he know he made.
Yeah, he got to pay him. They saying that's the first priority is to pay Dak. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah,
but, I got one last question for you, Cuzzo, man, and then we're going to flip over and get you into some more discussions because we got a whole bunch of topics to talk about. And we just touching the surface. But let's talk about, like you were saying, motivation. And in game, you would talk to yourself kind of, you know, like, we got this play, you got this play. Like, the motivation and self-motivation is big. But let's talk about pregame-wise. Who was that rapper or who was that artist who was jamming, you know, starting the game out? You like, yeah, that's my guy. Like, you know, is it Meek Mill, somebody like, you know, who was the guy? Because Meek was my go-to. When Dreams and Nightmares came on.
Hey, let me tell you something. He was in Canada. He better been bumping some Drake.
Hey, cause we get 0 to 100 real quick.
He can't do no wrong, man. But see, you know me, I'm a man. You know, like leading up to a game, like I'm always excited. Could never really sleep, you know, the night before a game or whatever. Every game was big to me, and so you know, when I'm walking to the stadium, you know, I would always look at myself and be like, man, I'm a little kid from Utica, Mississippi, man. 29 people in my graduating class, you know what I mean? And I'm now walking into a stadium, you know, fans dapping me up, shaking my hand, wanting an autograph, you know, heading into the game. And like I was always amped up just off, you know, just going through that. Yeah, going through that feel. But man, when I'm really out there, man, I listen to R&B music, man. I'm just, you know, look, I'm trying to find something. In life, what I always say, you got to have balance. So I ain't never really want to get, you know, be too crunk. Because I know guys that would get too crunk and forget their assignment. You know what I mean? They talking so much noise or whatever that they forget their assignment. And I ain't, you know, you don't want to get too low, but I listen to R&B. You know, in my day, it was like Future. I was a big Future guy. You know,
what you that Love and Affection by Rihanna? That's what you were coming on the field with.
No, man, no. I mean, I listen to a lot of, R&B or whatever, but for the most part, when I get on that field and I'm just going through my pregame routines, man, around that time, maybe 2013, 14, I think the mixtape Monster had came out. So, we were jamming that Future Monster, man. And for the most part, in 2015, what there was, what was it, Dirty Sprite 2, you know what I mean? March Madness,
and all that came out too.
And Purple Rain.
Yeah. I had went towards the Atlanta-based rappers, Young Thug, all that.
Okay, I got it. So that means you're rocking with Lil Baby right now too, huh?
Man, come on now. That's look, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else right now but the Lil Baby.
And let me ask you one more question, and then we can get on to the rest of our topic. For your 8 years as being a football player, to try to develop the young generation, meaning come out and try to be a coach on the high school level?
Man, that's, like right now, I ended up, I think 2014, I ended up going back and getting me an electrical trade. My mom used to be on me about finding me something to do. And I used to always tell myself that I'm a player. I'm not a coach. Like, I don't see myself as a coach. You know what I mean? But like now that I've been away from it, that's all I think about every night, man. Every day. Like, even when I'm at work, man, I find myself just watching little coach videos on YouTube and or I even like follow a guy on Twitter and he puts up like different route concepts and he says it's 3rd and 6. What coverage or what pressure scheme would you go to stop this route combination? And like those are the things. Like those are the things that like make me happy. Like those are the things that like what I mean
that's your passion.
That's my passion. And so, at first I thought I could live without it. Like, man, I just watch football on TV or I go to the game and tailgate, drink a beer with the guys. But I feel like I belong on those sidelines, and so that's what I'm gonna do.
Hold on, Claire. Let me tell you one thing. Now, Austin can get you hired. Because Jim Hill, they need a coach so badly, dude. They so trash over there. Hey, we're gonna petition you to get that Jim Hill job. Because that's them dudes over there.
I gladly take it, but I got to get my degree. I got to get my degree, man. But I definitely want to inspire and teach, man. I'm a football teacher. That's what I feel like I am. That's what makes me happy right now, man. And I'm going to get some stuff going in motion where I can try to finish my degree online, and after that, I know well that I can get on someone's staff or whatever. My thing is, I never necessarily like wanted to be a head coach, but if the opportunity came, that's great. But the thing is, I would definitely like the coordinator defense. Mm-hmm. I love the chess match between the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, man. It's a beautiful game. Like, even watching the game last night, the 49ers and the Bills, you had two of the best, like Kyle Shanahan calling plays for the 49ers. And, going against Leslie Frazier, the Buffalo Bills, Alcorn graduate, you know what I mean? He been a D coordinator in the league for years. Man.
He played for the Chicago Bears and won a Super Bowl with him, so Leslie Frazier.
Yeah, and even on the other side, even the guy in Buffalo, man, you got to give him a lot of credit for what he's done with Josh Allen, Brian Dable. What he's doing, and then, going against, the 49ers D coordinator, Saylor, Robert Saylor. And the way he got those guys playing, man. So, it's just the chess match of the coordinators and the guys going out there execute,
I agree.
The scheme. Yeah, man. And
so, what I'm going to say is like this, you should look into that, because a lot of times, most of your coaches is not teachers. You know what I'm saying? They were just hired by the school to coach their, professional team, whether it be basketball, baseball, or football, or whatever it is. Most of them is not teachers at all. They're just coming in to be the coach. Hell, I think you could come in and make a big difference.
Man. And that's what I feel like. Like even in my job now, man. I've been working, as a maintenance guy, electrician, but I've only been there maybe about a year and 10 months, almost 2 years. Yeah. But over that time, they moved me to like a lead. I'm a lead man of my shift. I'm a crew leader, and I know how to talk. Like, you can't handle how coaches like I treat everybody the same.
Right.
Can't really do that.
Every situation. Every situation, every person is different.
You gotta know your players.
You gotta know your personnel. Who they are. Yes, yes.
Well, man, you probably need to go be a defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers because Mike Pitt ain't it. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Guess what? That's what's going to hold those guys back. As good as
exactly. I said the same thing. Mike Penn is holding them back. You agree, don't you?
It don't matter. Hey, the Jets got an opening. They just fired their defensive coordinator. So
don't nobody want that Jets position, though, man.
I ended up playing for the
might go to the Jets and turn into an elite defense.
Hey, we never know. Hey, I'm just gonna say this though. Coach Sale got a ring to it. I like that Coach Sale. That could be the name.
Exactly. Listen, Bill Parcells.
There you go, man.
Hey, appreciate interviewing you though, cause man, we about to flip over into some other topics, man. You down to chat on them. But first off, we gotta talk about them Jets. They just got an opening. Greg Williams just got fired for running a cover zero. Cover zero on Henry Ruggs, one of the fastest in the league. What are you doing?
But see, to me, that tells me that I don't know Greg Williams personally, but I do know him. I got to know him because I was down there with him for about 3 months in New Orleans. And he's all about winning and pressuring the quarterback. And I understand, but I don't understand the cover zero call. But to me, that just tells me that him and Gase. He's out for Gase to go on whatever. And you know what I mean? And Gase.
It sounds like they was tanking, don't it? It sounds
I mean, I ain't gonna say they was tanking, but him, I don't think him and Gase.
I don't think him and Gase see eye to eye.
No, that's what I'm saying too. For him to call cover zero in this situation, ain't nobody doing that in that right, man.
Because me personally, like I told Austin, I would have called cover 3. I'm just saying. I
would have called prevent. What you mean? We playing quarter.
How bad your defense is? You sure you want to put everybody back there in the end zone, though?
Put them back there. Double up Henry Ruggs if you had to. Don't let him get behind you. You don't let Henry Ruggs get behind you. He too fast.
All I'm saying is, at least for cover 3, you got some safety help. I'm just going to throw that out there.
That is true.
But, hold on, player. After the week you had last week, you know what I'm saying?
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen because nobody seen those wins. I'm talking about you the only one that seen those wins.
You seen both of those. You called both of those?
He saw both of them. He saw both of them. He the only one that said it. Only one that said it.
I called both of them bad boys.
Yes, I can agree with you on that.
You know what? I can see Seattle losing to the Giants because the Giants they play good defense.
That's what I was saying. So let me can I ask you this question though? Which one was the most impressive win? Because we talked about it early in the show. Was it the Giants or the Washington win? The guy said the guy said Washington was the more impressive win. I said it was the Giants because holding Seattle to 5 points. That's impressive in itself.
No. If you've been watching the Giants all season, you know they've been right there on the cusp of like.
Yes,
I feel like they easily could be like 7-5.
Because they could have beat Buccaneers, let's just be honest. They had another win against. They gave away the first game against Philly.
But to be honest, they could have beat Pittsburgh in week 1.
Exactly.
And two,
the Giants been on the cusp of like stringing together 3-4 wins all season. Now Washington, they've been playing some real good football as of late, the thing about football is they always say it. I know like people that watch football and they might not really think about it, but the game is won up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they get after people up front. Man, they get after people.
Your front four. Yep.
It's something else.
Man. I feel like that Washington win over Pittsburgh.
I guess I'm the lone warrior. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I said
you out there.
I told him this because I said I told him as you look at that Giants and Seahawks game, the Giants pretty much had control over that whole game. But as you look at the Washington standpoint, they came back from 14-0. And then they held Pittsburgh to 3 points in the second half.
But Austin, what I'm trying to get you to see is they've really been playing like that all year. Like the inexperienced, the quarterback might make some mistakes. Yeah. But they've been playing like that all year. They probably played good 3 quarters of football. You got to play sports weekend.
Come on, Austin. Come on over, bro.
Come on, that's what I'm saying.
They went to Pittsburgh to beat them and defeat the odds, bro.
Went to Pittsburgh and beat an undefeated team. Okay, what y'all call? Hey, what was y'all called in Washington? A trap game?
Yeah.
Who got trapped? Who got trapped?
Pittsburgh.
They beat Pittsburgh. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm just saying right there. Come on now.
Okay. I'm still sticking on my side. Y'all can hang on that side of the room. I'm gonna stay by what I said. Cause I'm saying that too. Cause y'all know why I said that. I said the Giants was gonna win this division, and that's why I'm gonna stay by. That's why I'm staying by my decision. I know y'all guys saying watch the football team gonna win it, but we'll see. So big dog.
But we'll talk about what your favorite team, since you want to be your favorite team now is not the Cowboys anymore. It's New York.
I can't like the Cowboys. Hey, they my team. I'm sticking by them, but I can't love them right now. I'm just loving them from a distance. You know what I'm saying? That's real love right there.
Hey, big dog. I always it's my party. He can't beat me, so he got to depend on somebody.
Guys, we've been talking for a while, but I gotta get Cuzzo out of here, man. He's always on the road and a busy man. Marcell, man, you got some last things to say before we get you out of here. What you got, man?
I love to get on and get on here and talk football and chat with you guys, or just sports period, man. I enjoyed my time with y'all. I got to run now, man, but in 2 weeks, I'll see y'all back, man, if y'all have me back, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to have you. I like talking to you all the time, Cuzzo, about all this, so, I appreciate you again.
You want to come back, man, just come on back, man.
Anytime,
appreciate it, brothers. Appreciate it. I get with y'all, man. Not this week. Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday I'll be available to do it again.
Okay, no problem, man.
Appreciate you coming on again, dropping your knowledge, and I'm just let you get out of here, Sil. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Thank you for the inspiring story.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.